Let's go and check out the new ChatGPT Codex. It's really crazy. First of all, I have a huge monorepo for the internet system. It's very nice. I'm working on it since a long time. I'm using different AIs to test it. But right now, they release like Codex also for the Plus members, so I didn't need to go for the Pro plan. That's very cool. And I already tested some first tasks. So let me go through it. It will connect to your existing like Git repo. You tell it on which branch it should work, and it will create pull requests in simple tasks. Every single task is split up and run in a like dedicated environment, and so it doesn't conflict with any others. So I was really wondering if it's able to work with the Docker Compose in dev environment I already built it and implemented, or if it's getting like troubles. So let's go through it and see what it already did. First, I like did some random tasks that it was like suggesting me. So I did find a simple error and fix it everywhere. So what did it do? It went through it and fixed all the spelling errors. So the forbidden error, now I think it renamed it to this, like Zugriff verweigert. This is German, and this worked pretty well, and I checked it before, so I will just tell it's okay and it will merge it. Let's do this very quick. Right now we see we have just one open, so we can tell it should do it. And right before, it should have fixed like the build errors here from GitHub action. I don't know if it did it right. So let's go back and check what I told it to do. And right now you will see after some second, it will update this one and tell it's merged. And we did it. So let's just refresh it. Okay. Takes a second to do it. I think I did it. Yes. Close it. Now you see it's merged. Let's go. Now I added a little bit a harder task, and the first task was to it was a really crazy task. If it's possible or able to do it, very nice. I told it should like rebuild the whole layout into a kind of similar to LinkedIn layout style and use all the existing backend functions. And let's see what it did. Yeah, right now you see it's a very bad bad written prompt, but let's see what it did. Yeah, that's what I expected. Like, it found that there is already future layout page, includes facility alerts. I told it should build like facility manager alerts, and it should build like a role model. And if you're sending like a new one, it should directly be able to do it. And let's see, it doesn't provide database tables or APIs, appointments, or so these future will need new tables endpoints to be implemented. That's pretty correct. Let's check if it did something. Codex couldn't run certain commands due to environment limitations. Consider configuring a setup script and internet access to install dependencies. Let's see. Which dependencies did you want to install? Because before I like saw I can access like the whole internet access, but I didn't know if I should do it because it was written like there is like codex filtration and malware importation and all this stuff, but I think it will just like run npm or pnpm install or pnpm build or update, whatever. I don't know right now, but we will find out in a minute. Let's see. Right now it can download some stuff. That's pretty nice. That's good. I think this is, we added like a whitelist. So we told, let's go here. let's run it. This is also pretty nice. You can run hundreds of tasks at the same time. This was always the problem with limitation when I was working on with another like windsurf or cursor or all this stuff. Here I placed some information. I told pnp install, and let's tell it like pm setup pnpm install, and build is pm build. Run it in the monorepo, so it will build the backend and the front end and the admin panel. Okay, right now you see here we added like internet access for the ancient, but right now we have a domain list which is offered by Git, by ChatGPT or Open AI. So these are like the best known package managers and all this stuff, but I think they missed PNPM. So eventually, I think they missed it, yeah. Let's see. So for me, it would be no problem to allow the whole access. Let's do it. We cannot lose anything. Let's save the environment and let's go. Because we checked like the code anyway, we will be able to see like any changes and anything. So the only thing would be that it like downloads in a environment like a malware or all this stuff, which then, or worst case, someone else could see like the code. But I think this is not a huge problem for me right now. If you have a big secret or whatever, this could be a big problem, but it's more like work-based, not very technical like secrets. So can execute successfully the front end that you need to be R1 defined. I think it didn't get my question. Continue working on that task. You have now the full internet access. Let's see if I need to start like a new task because I right now opened the full internet access, but I think it could be that like this environment is still in the old settings. Let's do like some other tasks on the main branch, and I think it would make sense to start like a dev branch. I already had it before, but I want to test right now if the... Oh, it really has some troubles. Let's restart this one because... Or make the task a little bit simpler. Let's work on the... I made like the UID hashes and all this stuff, but this didn't work right now. Let's do it on this branch. Make the Docker compose in dev mode, build successfully, and test the local host future layout to work properly with the existing backend API calls. Yeah, I think this was because I configured it before. Setup script. In the setup script, you should directly just place the right command. So now we see again, it downloads the whole environment, it starts everything. Okay, I think that the problem is that I really need to set the setup script. Okay, learned something. Let's go here. then let's say it really just tries to run this. But we could do, I don't know if it makes sense. Let's say docker compose. I don't know, it should be in docker development. Let's just start with the install script. I need to recheck that. Okay, now we found out that this is a problem. Okay, let's go. But yeah, let's just very quick test it in here. We have now an interactive terminal, so also here it starts. Right now we have here like just a universal builder, so it uses Node.js, you have Ruby on Rails and everything installed. I think we could eventually, yeah, we could use like the other tools also. Let's just give me a second. I will go and grab my microphone. I think this is a smart move. Okay, here we go again. Let's continue where we stopped. And let's see if the mic is working properly. Okay, the whole script in the root folder. Or this is like the connection. So right now we're in the terminal, in the workspace, so we see what's in there. So that's pretty good, because right now we can task docker compose. I think this will not work. Compose. I think I named it docker. I can't use the autocomplete feature development and compose def.yaml. Okay, no worries. Saved environment. Let's go back and test it. So can we now just rerun? Yes, nice. And now I'm interested. If I go back, I just rerun the task and now it should be able. Okay, it will completely run a new task with a new environment. Now you see it starts a new container. Make the Docker Compose in dev mode successfully, build successfully, and test the local 300 future layout to work properly with the existing backend API calls. Now I'm really interested. In this time I will test, or I got the changes from the main with the new pull requests, and here I have the Docker instance running. This looks pretty good. And this is all the dev backend. Let's just check, stop it for a second. And we will, let's build it. I think we had a lot of changes. So we will run this in the same time in the background. I don't know why, but it always searches in the beginning for HSMD. Let's see, ChatGPT, Codex. Even without agents MD. Can be guided by file placing within your repository. These are text files I can't read, and that you can inform how to navigate your code base. Okay, that's pretty neat. So let's first of all give it a task to implement or to write a perfect of that agent MD file. Create can I reuse clearly argument alphabet code basis? Create agent MD file for you codex to perfectly understand the whole repo and to know how to use the Docker to run and test. Okay, this was like the first task they offered to me, or like they told me I should run it in the first time, or this was the very beginning of the repo. Let's see what it does, and that would be great if we can tell it to write the perfect agent MD file. So it looks like it always searches first for that MD file, and that makes sense. So here we see it run my pnpm install. It went through all of it, and this worked also. So we had here an error while pnpm install. And will it fix it? I think it just runs it, and I think it thinks that it always works when you tell it. So running post install script didn't work. So because Prisma and all this stuff is like missing in this environment. So here it still searches for the agent file. Still searches for the agent file. Okay, we should make it easier for that. You see this? Okay, now it reads the readme file, which is also very descriptive, but I don't know if it's up to date. Okay, it opens the Docker one. It checks the Docker one. It tries to run the Docker. So I think we really need to have Docker working and all this stuff. So in my opinion, it should first of all, in the install script, it should be able to install Docker and everything, or it should have an environment where Docker is already running, because for so many repos, this is so important. So it still works here on searching Docker and doing Docker or the agent file. Okay, so that's good. I think it just sets it manually. It generates the DB. It took a while until it recognized what to do. Now it fixes the TypeScript errors. It checks there is a user ID missing. Now it creates a migration, if I'm right. That's good. File owner. Let's see. I think it started. Docker compose YAML. Yeah, this is still a thing. I don't use the JVT secret, or I don't have it. I don't know if it makes sense to give it a working branch, because this branch is not fully working. The main branch is working and is up to date and everything, but I think this branch was a little bit before. Eventually we should give it a new branch. Okay, this tells me it's about to finish the task, and it tries to test the backend, but it created the MD file. That's good. Let's go through the agent's MD file and check if it's good. This is nice. We have a monorepo with an SJS backend and a Next.js frontend and admin panel. We have a dev, a staging, and production environment. Inside a Docker folder, we have elderly. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. By the way, Docker and production state are not ready yet. I just Dockerized the whole application before some days. Useful comments. That's good. This removes the with volumes. Yeah, I think that works for them because now it has a little orientation. Now we create pull request, and this will be merged into main, I think. Because the integration is very nice, that it works all together and you directly get a clean summary, you have testing commands and all this stuff. But also here you see Docker not installed. It tells me that Docker was not installed. Codex Docker. No, this is not. We need to figure out if it's working. But here we still have build command. It tried to run it. That's much better than before. So it was working on it. Found. It's not copying this stuff. In which stage is it building? Okay, let's merge this one. Delete the branch, and right now the new main is like working or using the right script, so it knows the command. To make it a little bit easier, we can just go here, get it, h&md file, switch to the other branch where the AI is working on right now, and here we will add agents.md file to just ensure that we add agents.md file. And now let's sync the changes. Oh, it did something. So we will see user ID in file upload. So it's not associating a file with a user anymore. I think that's okay. This was wrong. That's good. For like people that really love to have like multiple tasks running at the same time, this is, I think, definitely a good thing. Let's update it here. Merge pull request, and now we will try to. Docker dev was unhealthy before. Are we able to add like Docker to the, this is like very important. If we can install Docker Linux, I think it's just, what if we run this inside latest version run? I don't know if it can handle like different or multiple. Right now I see Codex more as a little AI agent that is running in the background on simple, stupid, boring tasks. But what I think could be problematic is right now in Windsurf, I start using the MCP with the browser connection that is able to go through the browser, check everything, and see if it works. And right now, I don't see a way to emulate the browser in the local or in dedicated environment of Codex. So yeah, let's see how this will continue. But it was just released for personal use, and we will continue checking what's happening. It's pretty nice, but it needs a way to be able to do user testing. That would be pretty amazing, because this is for me always the biggest task, to check if the changes are working, if every click and everything. Because yesterday on Windsurf, I connected the MCP browser and I told check the new post function and go through all possible different stuff that you can do with the post function, and it did stuff that I would never expect. Example, it typed 2000 very special symbols and it exceeded the limitation of the post. So I told, oh, this is not good, fix it. And I would tried it, but not with very specific symbols to outreach the normal area. So this was pretty special and cool, but I think this is something that is missing right now and we will need in the future. But pm install. Right now it looks good. It's still building. Eventually we need to tell that it should install everything. This failed. I think it's like this, right? npm install. This will mean that it always takes a long time to start up. Eventually it would be very nice to let's see if it can complete the task. Oh, it did something. It created, ooh, that looks much better. So it created like new roles. It created the appointments. Okay, that's what I wanted. Yeah, the branch wasn't working anyway, so we will just try to connect it and we'll check if it's working. So it also created like an appointment page and everything. This is the nice thing if you're working on like a testing branch that could be destroyed. I don't get it, why this is always deleted in some way. Eventually it's outdated, I don't know. Okay, pull request is here. Get the pull request, confirm it. And now let's check. Okay, so first of all, we need to recreate it because otherwise PMPM or the Prisma won't be builded. So let's make down V and then up. It's not unhealthy. I don't know why. Sometimes on the first startup makes the problem. And now Prisma will need to be regenerated. I think it's gonna do it. Node bin not found. CD backend. PNPM build. Eventually I didn't build all the stuff. CD PNPM build. Let's do it like this to very quick check if everything worked. Okay, now we have a lot of linting errors here. I think here I need to update something that like the front end is not, or like it's using the right commands to lint it before publish it. Let's see if I can do PNPM lint fix. I think I didn't even connect that. Okay, we will fix that later. But now let's just do the boring way, and let's just say we just do it like this. Go. Thanks, but there are some problems. Next time, please first build and test it. But I think the problem's not even coming from protocol. Okay, now it's using the new environment. Let's see if Docker works. That would be pretty nice. Okay, it run pnpm install. I hope now Docker works. Would be pretty cool. Let's let it finish, and in this time yeah, many of that little, yeah. Okay, that looks good. pnpm install worked. So it looks like we are able right now to use Docker. If that worked, that would be amazing. So it should have found the new agent MD. Agents MD. I hope I named it right. Docker def environment and implement one missing test. Let's just give it a very easy task to run in the background while this. So cannot build or test successfully in the current state. This shown the repository cannot build. Fix this errors. Eventually I need to give it a better goal. I don't know if eventually it needs goal, run it until this and this works. Could be. Eventually we should install Node first also. Could be. But I think Node was pre-installed. Okay, let's just check and finish this task if it works. If no, it's time for the patch. Begin patch. Okay. Okay, it even searches for comments. Now you need to really comment your repos very well. Okay, it reads all the files. Commit ask. Controller spec TS. Okay, now we will say actually it makes sense that I do like a new one. Let's merge this into I will just create a new branch. New branch. Let's do a develop. This is the second branch that I have for using the GitHub Actions. Let's go here. Pull request. And we gonna add it into the develop change base. Add simple unit test, confirm merge. Nope. Now we want to delete this one. Then we gonna say it should work on the develop branch and add test coverage test file and implement all missing tests. The coverage is around 80%. I don't know how it will do that, but let's see. We did it. Okay, on this topic, it's working pretty long. Rebuild everything. Let's go through the whole protocol. Okay, it's doing a lot of stuff. That's already good, and it's applying all the patches. So yeah, but that's the cool thing. You can run it and chill. And then you can go and do other things and give it many tasks and check the branches, and in the evening you just merge the branches. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. I will check like test coverage, Next.js. With Cypress. Oh, that's nice. Then you can automate like the testings, right? I don't know, playwright. Okay, eventually we should start using one of this. I will just tell Codex to decide which one it should use. Start using end-to-end browser test tool, which works with Next.js. docs, you do your studies and decision yourself and implement it. Yeah, we will let this work on the topic, and I think this is it for now. I don't know if you were interested in seeing more like tests of the new codex. I'm still testing, I'm still learning, but I think it's a huge new step in the whole like vibe coding, and I think it can really improve all of our application. I think the applications will be much better than before, because these are all like the boring tasks. You go through the whole repo to find like errors, typos, fix them, and do like clean pull requests. So it's an amazing tool. I will continue using it. I'm really happy. Right now I didn't see that there is any limitation with my plan that I have right now, and I will let it work on all the tasks all the day. I think normally the problems are always like the Prisma migrations and all this stuff, but yeah, right now it looks pretty nice, and let's see if it's able to bring one new feature really to life. Let's see. I wish you a beautiful day. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.